Hello dear soulmates, you're welcome to my channel See Your Dress. My name is Esther, and in today's tutorial we are going to be learning how to make this skirt. It's a flare skirt, popularly called handkerchief flare skirt, or you can call it a retro skirt, and it has an elastic waistband. If you're new to this channel, thank you for stopping. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for being here with us. Okay, so if you're interested in learning how to make this, please join me while we get started. Okay, so I'll be making use of this shirt fabric. It's a stripe fabric, a cotton stripe fabric, and I'm making use of elastic as well. Okay, my elastic is about 1 inch wide, and then this fabric is about 2 yards, although it's not enough. Okay, you should get about 2.5 yards if you're going to be using the same length I'm using. But if you're using something longer, please just get 3 yards to be on the safe side. Okay, so I'm using 2 yards and it was not even enough. So as you can see, I folded it into two and then I folded it again. Okay, I folded it into two first, then I still went ahead to fold it in again. So I'm going to be working with measurements because I'm managing this fabric, okay, and this is the best way to get it. So I want the short part of my skirt to be 23 inches and the long part to be 23 inches plus 10, that is 33 inches. You know the skirt has a long part and a short part, okay? It's not straight, it's not equal. So the short part is going to be 23 inches long, and the long part I'm going to add 10 inches to it. You can add 15, 12, or even less. It's depending on what you want, but I think 10 inches is standard and 10 inches is fine. So now for my waist measurement is 29 inches and I divided it by 6.28. So 6.28 is actually what we use to get the radius for our 360-degree circle. Okay, so after dividing it by 6.28, I add 4.6 and I'm going to add 2 inches. So you can add 1.5 for 1 inch. Because you're going to be having elastic at the waist, we don't expect the waist to be the exact measurement. So I'm going to add 2 inches there to help expand it a little, so that when we put elastic it will fall back to the actual measurement. So it gave me 6.6 and I added that 23 inches, which is the short part. It gave me 29.6 rather, and then I added 1 inch for hemming allowance. I had 30.6, so I just decided to use 30.5. okay, so now when I'm folding my fabric, remember I told you I'll fold it into 4. After folding it into 2, I'll fold it into 4. I will make sure that the length I have on the side should give me that 30.5. okay, if you're not managing fabric like I am, you can just go ahead and fold it and then take your measurements. But because I am managing the fabric, I'm going to make sure I have 30.5 exactly at the hem where I have the fold ending, okay, so that I can be able to manage the fabric and use the other part for whatever I want to use it for. That's the reason why I'm trying to do this. So if you're managing fabric like I am, this is just the best way to calculate what you will need. Okay, so I'll also make sure that this other side as well, that is folded at the up part, is also having 30.5. so make sure that the two sides that is folded is having that 30.5, and then the part where we are going to be measuring the longer part is going to be at the center. So don't worry, we are going to see how we are going to do it. Okay, so now this radius of 6.6 is what I'll be using to mark at this point. Okay, so I'm not going to be using 4.6, I'm going to be using 6.6, which I've already added 2 inches. Like I said, you can use 1.5, you can use 2 inches. Okay, so that's 6.6. I'm going to mark it all around as I'm doing. I'm using a pencil because I want it to be able to show. I tried using a chalk, it was not showing at all, and the pencil, I don't know, but I think it's better than the chalk. So you're going to mark it all around. Just ensure that it's a 6.6 or whatever measurement you are using, depending on your waist circumference. So when I got 6.6, I measured around and it was 10 inches, 10.5 rather, which should be giving me about 42 inches at the end of the day, which is quite good. Okay, so after doing that, I can now go ahead and check for my short measurement. So the short part of my dress is what I'm measuring from, that 6.6, and I'm having 23 inches there already. Okay, remember I said you should make sure you add it this way, it will give you what you want. I'm already having the measurement I want already at that point and I am good. Okay, this is already including my hemming allowance, remember. Then this other side is also giving me the same thing. Okay, now for me to get the long part, it is from the center. Okay, this, remember the longer part is 33 inches, which is 23 plus 10. Remember I told you we added 10 inches to it, so it's 33 inches. we're going to mark it from the center of that circle. From where you mark your 6.6, you're going to put your tape there and mark 33 inches. So when I marked it, I realized that it's just about 1.5 inches away. That is extra fabric there. Normally you're supposed to connect it from that point, from this first side where you marked your 23 inches to that 33 inches you marked there. So you're going to connect them together to form something like a square, not a straight square. It's more like a kind of triangular square. It's going to be a square, but I didn't bother marking it there because it was just about 1.5 inches away. So instead of using 10 inches, it ended up being 11.5. That is, instead of 33 inches, it became 34.5 inches, which is still okay for me. So I didn't bother marking it that way. I just went ahead to cut the square like that. Okay, I hope you understand what I'm saying. If you do not understand anything, please leave your question in the comment section. So by the time I open it up, this is what it is looking like. Okay, when you bring it down like this, you'll be seeing that some parts will be longer and the other part will be shorter. And then this part we have here is going to serve as our waist circumference. When I measured it, I was having 22 inches on one side. So for the front and back, should be giving me 44 inches. I remember my waist circumference is 29 inches. Okay, so I just placed it aside and I brought the extra pieces of fabric that was left after cutting that part off, and this is what it is. So I'm trying to cut the band for the waist. So I'm going to be using about 1.5 inches. Remember, we did not add the waist measurement to our cutting. We did not subtract it. We did not add it. Yes, I did it intentionally. Okay, so I'm just going to mark out 44 inches, that exact 44. I think I added 1 inch, that's 45 inches rather. 45 inches on this pieces of fabric. I'm going to mark 45 inches at that point there, and I'm going to be using a band of about 1.5 inches. Okay, 1.5 inches band. So I'm going to marking 3 inches, sorry, I'm marking 4 inches overall. That is 2 inches on both sides, so that by the time I want to attach it to the fabric, I'm going to use the extra half an inch to join it to the skirt. Okay, so it's giving me 45 by 4 inches. Okay, then this is the skirt. The other part of the fabric that was left, remember that the skirt have another layer at the top. So I'm just going to show you what it looks like. My fabric is not enough to create that layer, but these pieces I have here can help us illustrate what it's going to look like there. We're just going to place it on the skirt like that. Okay, so I didn't want to actually put that layer there before, but I decided to just put it just for us to understand it. Okay, so I'm turning my fabric to the front part now. So when I turn it, you can see that some part is longer, some part is shorter. That is the design. So you are going to arrange it the place you want your center front to be. Try and place it in front, whether the long part or the short part. It is up to you to arrange the skirt the way you want it to be. Then after I've done mine, this is what it looks like. So I'm going to bring that extra pieces of fabric that I have just to show you what I was trying to explain about the other layer that was there. So you can cut how long you want it to be. I think this one is about 6 inches. So you're going to place it from the side of the waist. You're going to stitch it down to the fabric. Just you can use your pin to secure it to the other side, and you are going to be cutting 2 pieces of this. You're going to join this front and for the back. And remember that you're going to leave a little at the side that is going to fall out, like it's going to be like a flap. You're not going to stitch it all around. Okay, so now this is the tape I'm going to be using, the elastic that I'm going to use rather, and then the band. Okay, so we are going to take this on our machine and fix it. So for this part, I'm just going to show you. You're going to leave extra at the side so that when you attach it to the waist, it will fall from both sides, like I said earlier. Okay, so let's go to our elastic and see how we are going to make it. So I've gone ahead to press the elastic band. I've pressed it, and remember I said I'm going to be working with 1.5 inches. I have extra half of an inch there that I'll be using to join to the skirt. So now this is what it looks like after pressing it. You can see how neat it's looking. So for the elastic, remember I said this band is 45 inches wide. Then for the elastic, what I did is that my waist circumference is 29 inches. I'm going to take away 4 inches from it, but remember that it's depending on the elasticity of that elastic, how able it is how it is able to stretch rather. So this part, I joined the two edge of my band. You can see what I did. I joined the two edge of the band because I want to close it up. Okay, after joining it together, I'll just trim out the excess allowance that is there. And when I do that, I'm going to fold it back, and you're going to be seeing that the band has now been closed up. Okay, it's not having any opening, it's already closed. So I'm going to take that joining as one side of the waist, and I'll use the other side as the other side of the waist. So when you want to check for the elastic, check for the elastic and see how well it can stretch before cutting. Okay, so I have 24 inches here. That means I took away 5 inches from my elastic waist, from my waist circumference rather, and I'm going to be joining it there. I just use about 0.25 inches to join it there. So please, before you take away the allowance, make sure you check if your elastic is enough to stretch well. Okay, so normally I think standard is about 4 inches. 4 inches is fine that you can take away from the waist. So now I've joined the elastic and closed it. I'm going to take that part I have the joining and fix it to this part I have the joining as well. But note that it is on just one side of the band, okay, not the two sides. Okay, I just went ahead to stitch it together to put it together in place. So I'm going to trim all the threads there, and I'm going to do the same thing for the other side. So when you align it straight, you can see you take the other side of the elastic and the other side of the band as well. The elastic is obviously going to be short, so you just have to properly align it well. Place it there, and remember you are putting it on just one side. You are stitching it together on just one side, and then you put it in your machine and stitch it down. Make sure you align the elastic very well before putting it. Okay, just go ahead and run the stitch there. So it's going to be the two sides. This side is going to be one side of the waist, and the other side is going to be the other side of the waist. Okay, so this time now we're going to go ahead and fix the elastic into the band. Okay, so when you fix it to the band, you're going to close it like this, okay, and turn it to the other side. Put it in your machine. From that place you have that joining, you're going to be stitching half of an inch, which is the allowance you left there for the joining. And please make sure that you keep your 1.5 inches space away, and make sure you stitch only on half of an inch, which is the allowance, without stitching on your elastic. So now if you notice, the elastic is obviously shorter than the fabric. So what you are going to do is that you're going to be dragging the elastic. Okay, you will drag the elastic so that it will be able to enter into that space. That is the reason why we shared it into two parts and joined the two sides, so that you make sure that this part of the elastic stays in one side and the other part of the elastic stays in the other side. I'm talking about the front and the back. Okay, I hope you understand what I'm saying. So just go ahead and stitch it and keep on dragging the elastic until it fits properly. Okay, so make sure you do this without stitching on the elastic. Very, very important. So once you are done, you can even it all together. Just go ahead and make the gathers there to be even. So now another thing you can do is to stitch on the center of the fabric to hold the elastic in place, so that the elastic doesn't keep moving. Okay, this is actually optional. You can decide to leave it like this, or you can decide to put it. Let me just do it to show you guys what I'm talking about. So by the time you stitch it there, you're going to be dragging it. Okay, make sure you drag it straight. It should be straight while you are stitching it. Sometimes it might be difficult if you're not using a machine that can actually sew on elastic. It might be a little bit difficult for you. Okay, you can be dragging it at the back too, a little, not too much. Okay, so after doing that, this is what I already have here, and now we are going to be attaching it to the skirt. So as you can see, I've gone ahead to pin down this other layer of this skirt here, of this part of the skirt. You can see I've stitched it together, and this is what it looks like. I just stitched it with about 0.25 inches. Okay, and this is what it's giving. You can see that there's extra layer here that is going to be falling at the side to give it a design there. So please take note of that. Okay, you can go ahead and hem the you can go ahead and hem the skirt. You can go ahead and hem this part too that you've added. But before we do that, let's still fix our elastic. Now this is the elastic. You can see what it looks like. If you drag it, it will expand. So now for here, you can fix two holes here. If you look at the design, we have like something like a rope that passes through. From that center part, you can fix 2 holes there and pass your rope through it. Okay, you can pass your rope through it. But in this one, I will not be doing that because I do not even have enough fabric for that. So this is the only fabric I have. I'm just going to use it to create a bias. It's about 2 inches, and I folded it half of an inch and folded it again to give me that bias, which I'll be attacking there. I'll just tack it there. Okay, so now I'm going to take one side of the waist, which is the side that we have the allowance. Remember that time where we did that joining? I'm just going to take that part and stitch it to the side of the waist, right side facing each other. And I'm going to take the other side of the waistband and fix it to the side of this skirt as well, right side facing each other. Okay, so this is for us to distribute this elastic evenly for the front and back. If you do it like this, you make sure that the part that is for the front, you are going to drag it for only the front, and the part that is for the back, you drag it for only the back. Take note of that so that it will go round. Okay, and make sure that when you are dragging it, it should be flat. It should be flat. Let it stay flat so that it will go round the skirt. You will not start having any form of gaping. Okay, so this is me taking my time to arrange it well, to evenly place it so that it will not give me issues. It's very easy to do as long as you do the right thing. So now I'm starting with the front, and I'm just going to start from one side of the front like this. You can see what I'm doing. I'm also stitching on the allowance. If you're doing it, it is very much advisable that you stitch exactly on that joining that you have earlier, but make sure that you do not stitch on the elastic. Very important. Okay, so just go ahead and do this. Okay, so soulmates, at this point of this tutorial, if you're finding it very helpful, please do not hesitate to give us a thumbs up, leave a comment in the comment section, subscribe to our channel if you are new, and share our videos. Okay, thank you guys so much. So if you have any question, like I said, please do not hesitate to leave it in the comment section. And as you can see, just follow the process that I'm doing here and you will get it right. Keep dragging the elastic so that it will align well, okay, to go round. Okay, it's very easy to do, very simple, very easy to do. Okay, thank you guys for watching my video. I really appreciate you, especially those that are coming here for the first time, and also those that are subscribe to our channel, that keeps coming for our channel and turning up for us. Thank you guys so much. So after stitching them together, this is what it looks like. Okay, you can see what it looks like. I remember I told you the band is just going to be 1.5 inches. Now this is it. We have fixed the other layer, and we have fixed the band. Remember I said if you have the 2 layers, you are going to fix front and back. Okay, so just go ahead and hem it. I used hemming gum for the hem. I didn't stitch it. You can stitch it if you want. Just do it for both the layers and the hem. And after that, we are done with this skirt. You can also go ahead and weave the inner part of the skirt to give it a neat finishing. Okay, so after that, we're actually done with the making of the skirt. It's just to fix that rope there. I'm just going to put it together and tack it there at the center. Okay, and after that, we are done with the making of the skirt. As you can see, it's looking very nice. It's looking very beautiful. So if you find this tutorial helpful, please give us a thumbs up. This is me trying it out to see what it looks like, and this is what it looks like on me. So the only part is that I did not add the back layer. That layer that is supposed to be at the front and back is not at the back, but it's not so bad. So when you're doing yours, make sure you have enough fabric that will go all around. And you can see the one that is folding at the side. You can also make it longer when you are doing yours to make that a bit longer. You can see mine is very short. So if you find this tutorial helpful, please do not hesitate to subscribe to our channel and give us a thumbs up. Thank you guys for watching. See you in my next video.